$7 gift card. Service department. Well, we'll call this to order and begin with the pledge. Missoula County acknowledges that this event takes place in the Aboriginal territories of Salish and Kalispel people. Public announcements. There are only 5 people. Are you getting worried?
No, maybe we could meet his.
Yes, Patrick, and you are the first one.
Oh, great.
But first, are there any public comments on items not on the agenda? Okay. Patrick, it's you. Oh, sorry. Current claims list received as of October 26th to November 1st by the Commissioner's Office is $1,301,786.75. Okay, Patrick.
Hello, Patrick Swart with the Clerk and Recorder's Office. Today we have 3 petitions to annex land into the Missoula Rural Fire District. The properties requested to be annexed are Parcel C of Certificate of Survey 26, located in Section 36, Township 12 North, Range 22 West, known as 21830 Highway 12 West, Lolo, Montana 59847. Parcel A1 of Certificate of Survey 6421, located in Section 29, Township 14 North, Range 19 West, known as 900 Dark Horse Lane, Missoula, Montana 59802, and Certificate of Survey 155, located in Section 20, Township 12 North, Range 22 West, known as 28149 Highway 12 West, Lolo, Montana 59847. The petitions have been signed by the property owners who represent at least 40% of the acreage and 40% of the taxable value of the property to be annexed. And a notice of hearing has been published twice in the Missoulian.
Okay. Go ahead.
Do we have any comment from the fire chief or from the fire district?
They submitted a letter of support with the petition.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great to know. Thank you.
Well, is there any other comment online, on the phone? See anything? Oh, and we, as we forgot the closed captioning announcement again. One day we'll get this right. Okay, what do you?
So do we have a motion before us? Is this hearing just opened and then closed later? I guess I missed
I think this is up to us to deny their.
Yes, that's my understanding, to
their-
approve or deny today.
Okay, then I would move that the board approve the Missoula Rural Fire District petition for annexation as presented.
Second. Again, any comment or discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And, okay, now we have Frenchtown Rural.
Yes, we also received a petition to remove a parcel of land from the Frenchtown Rural Fire District and then to annex that same parcel into the Missoula Rural Fire District. The property requested to be removed and then subsequently annexed is a portion of Lot A1, or pardon me, 1A of Racetrack Industrial Park Lot 9 and Racetrack Development Park Phase 1 Lots 1 and 2, located at 8350 Racetrack Lane in Missoula, Montana 59808. The petition has been signed by the property owners who represent at least 40% of the acreage and 40% of the taxable value of the property to be annexed, and a notice of hearing has been published twice in the Missoulian for this one as well. This one's a little bit of a unique situation in that the parcel sits on the border of both the Frenchtown and Missoula Rural Fire Districts, so somewhere along the line, the property was split between the 2 districts. But both Frenchtown and Missoula Rural Fire District have agreed to this petition to help prevent delays in dispatching an emergency response that may result in the event of a fire or medical emergency.
Great. Any Comment on this one? Don't see anything? Anyone on the phone? Oh, sorry, go ahead. I was like, it seems to make sense to me.
Yeah, I was going to ask the same question I asked last time.
Yeah, they submitted it with a letter supporting the proposed change.
Fantastic. If they're into it,
Miraculously,
we're good.
everyone's on the same page.
We are
Okay.
good. All right, I'm ready to make a motion. If you're ready to have one. I would move that we approve the petition to transfer property from the Frenchtown Rural Fire District into the Missoula Rural Fire District.
Second, any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, before Elena, we'll let Violet explain the closed captioning.
Sure. Just a couple of quick announcements. If you're joining us for this meeting virtually today, I'm going to just throw up some instructions for closed captioning if you're interested in turning those on. If you're joining us in person, we have closed captioning on all of the screens here in the Sophie Moise room, and we have assistive listening devices available. Just come to me if you would like one, although it's just me, the commissioners, and Vinny in the room. So we ask that all speakers today, online and in person, remember to speak slowly and clearly during the meeting. This helps with the accuracy of the closed captioning. There will be multiple chances during the meeting to provide public comment. If you're attending virtually during those times, if you'd like to speak, we ask that you use the raise hand feature in Teams. If you are on the phone, you'll need to hit *5 to raise your hand. And then when the chair calls on you, you will need to hit *6 to unmute on your keypad. If you have any questions or concerns, find me during the meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Violet. I guess maybe, can we just somehow incorporate that into the agenda so I don't forget this every time we do this?
Good idea.
Yeah,
That's a
thank
good
you.
I would never remember.
I don't. Okay, Elena, go ahead.
Nice to see you, Elena.
Yes, hi everyone. Thanks for having me remotely. I am here today to present to you the resolution for extraterritorial application of the water quality code that was passed by the city and the best management practice manual that goes hand in hand with that. And this is important because the Missoula Aquifer extends beyond city boundaries to the larger water quality district boundary, and protecting it is in the best interest of all who use it. So this has passed through the Board of Health, the Water Quality Protection Board, City Council. It's come before the commissioners before, and this is the last step in the journey to update what was previously also applied extraterritorially.
So for the tens of thousands of people listening online, would you explain what extraterritorial means?
Yes, so thank you. So this is the 5 miles outside of city limits that is within the water quality district. And so particularly, it's mostly west of town that isn't in the city right now. As the city is annexed the airport area. And so it's mostly pertaining to Frenchtown, Y area.
Great, thanks.
Thanks, Elena. Is there anyone else to speak to this?
I'm
We
good.
are at
I
the
remember
last- the
this. I
final
don't know.
step.
Should we go back a few steps? No. I would move that the board approve the resolution for extraterritorial application of Missoula Valley Water Quality Code and best management practices.
Second, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Okay, Shane Stack, opening public hearing, Primal Road. Oh, okay, Eric Dixon.
Eric Dixon.
Yes, I will take this one. Shane looked like he was triple or quadruple booked, so he asked me to open this one for us. So I will share my screen and show you what we're looking at. Rimal Road is a kind of almost an orphaned road up here in the South Hills, kind of surrounded by private land and intermixed with city property. So still one of our roads to maintain. So we are opening a hearing to consider a no parking district in this area. We were contacted by property owners in the area this I think this summer, and there were a lot of concerns about the activity that was going on in the area. So we worked with the neighborhood. We coordinated with the city, and this portion here at the end of Rymel Road on the north half is under city jurisdiction. So that's where our coordination was necessary with the city, and they are certainly aware of the issue and will have to take their own separate action. But as far as we know, they are working on it. But anyway, the neighbors in the area were concerned with the activity up here. It was decided through all of our discussions that the establishment of a no parking zone could be one way to, or hopefully will be the way to discourage the use that is leading to poor behavior and the trouble up there. So we just like to open the hearing for the consideration of a no parking zone on Rymel Road.
And the zone, oh, sorry, would be from Whitaker West to the end there?
Yes, this is what we've worked with the neighbors and the city. So you'll see here at this end where there are no signs yet proposed. That is the city portion. So this very well defined area is the decision that has been made with input from the neighbors and the residents.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
Eric, do the neighbors, nearby residents know that this hearing's been opened and that there's a comment period and they can comment?
You know, I'm not sure. Shane has been in contact with them. I would hope and assume that they have been, but if not, I will certainly check with Shane to make sure that he has been or will let them know that this is open and let them know the next hearing date.
Great, thank you, Eric.
Sure.
It looks like we have someone on, Brad Cloud online, who has a hand up. Go ahead, Brad.
You're muted.
Hopefully I'm unmuted now.
Now you are.
Good, good. Thank you. Yes, my name is Brad Cloud. Last name is spelled C-L-O-U-D. And I am one of the property owners that contacted Mr. Stack's office. And I really want to compliment him and his staff for very promptly meeting with us to help us figure out what options we had to help improve the conditions up here. I also want to thank the board for just taking the time to consider this today. I'm happy to provide some background and explanation behind some of the reasons why we were asking this part of Rymel Road to be made into a no parking zone. But I can also withhold comment too if that's not necessary. We are hopeful that your support of this request will also encourage the city to take similar action on their part of the road. We have begun to address that with them and are hopeful that they will they'll help us similarly with making their portion a no parking zone as well.
Unless do you have anything else, Eric?
No, I don't. This, like I said, just to open it at this point. So I'm glad that Brad was here to, let you know that they are aware of it, obviously. So hopefully we'll continue their participation in the next stages of the hearings if necessary.
Yeah. So, Brad, go ahead and then you can enter your comments into the record if you have comments today. If you'd like to say anything, or if you have written comments, you can send them to Violet or to us.
Well, thank you. Let me just make a few remarks about this. I don't know if you have been up to Rymel Road to kind of see what it's all about, but it is really a beautiful place to come and watch the sunset. And there are many people who do that in a safe and peaceful manner. But unfortunately, there are even more people who misuse the area. There's speeding, racing, drinking and driving, using drugs and driving. We see evidence of both of those every day, fighting. setting off fireworks, and just kind of generally disturbing the quiet, peaceful nature of this area. It happens on a daily basis and it happens year round. And it often lasts into the wee hours of the morning. I myself have had somebody have an accident out there and come to my house at 3 in the morning seeking help. So it goes on all night into the wee hours. All of those things are, dangerous and troublesome, but in addition to that, there are some recurring auto accidents that take place out there. And I imagine you may be aware of the one that took place on June 17th, in which 2 of 3 teenage girls were seriously injured, I believe, in a single car accident out there. Rimal Road is the destination that attracts people up here because of the privacy it offers. It's not routinely patrolled. We've had some luck with law enforcement coming up here when there have been problems. Sometimes there's delays, sometimes the problem is gone by then, and there really isn't anything that they can do. So we're hopeful that the no parking zone designation will enable them to at least ask people to leave when they do come up here. And maybe we'll discourage people from coming up here to begin with. Some of the problems that happen overflow onto the adjacent areas. Whitaker Road in particular is essentially now a noisy drag strip every night, and is quite dangerous and risky, especially for some of the younger drivers who try to negotiate that area. But it flows into our neighborhood in Stone Mountain and into Fairviews and into the Heaven's Gate area as well. And so our hope is that by making it a no parking zone, that it'll stop attracting some of the folks up here who do this sort of thing. So again, I just want to thank you in advance for your support of our request. And we feel like it will help protect the lives of those of us who live and those who visit the area as well.
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to give us your comments today.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, it's just open. We don't need to do it. So December 1st, we will close.
We'll have more people come chat. And Brad, if you have other neighbors who you feel like have something to say, please encourage them to write or come in person or beam in via the internet the way you did today.
Yeah, let me just ask, are you in receipt of the petitions that we had in support of this action?
Violet?
We're looking at Violet.
Not to my
No.
knowledge, maybe. I see Shane jumped on, so maybe he.
Yeah, Brad, I've got all of those.
Okay.
I can certainly add those when I have that, I guess, that bigger bundle of documents on December 1st.
Great,
Thanks,
thank
Shane.
you.
Thanks, Shane.
It looks like we have Laura Scott, who has a hand up. Oh, Laura, it seems like you're muted. There we go.
Got it. I was actually just going to jump in here and mention that we had over 100 signatures, but it sounds like that will be coming forward at the next hearing.
Correct.
I am a homeowner off of Whitaker up there, and I wanted to reiterate just how responsive law enforcement has been, and also how responsive Shane and his staff has been. I did submit a concern of what I perceive to be some drug selling going up on Rimmel Road, and other neighbors have reported that concern as well. I did report that to law enforcement, and they told me they were going to open a case, and that particular car or cars that I had suspected of drug dealing have now gone away. But now fast forward to a few months later, I'm starting to see the same activity, but with a different car. So I just want to say, although law enforcement is responsive, it seems like it's a little bit of a whack-a-mole situation up here. And I think that will continue to go on because it is really hard to patrol that area. It's out of the way. And I think a lot of the people that go up there know that. And in a sense, it is become actually very lawless during the nights, and it can, like Brad mentioned, go on 3 or 4 in the morning. Sometimes I'm woken up by vehicles going up, and I'll look at the clock look out the window and they're still coming and going at 3 and 4 in the morning. And even though law enforcement is very responsive when we call, again, often, by the time law enforcement comes up, there's a whole new gang up there or they're gone, or it's just something I think that needs to be taken something that's going to be a little more, I don't know, constructive or permanent than calling law enforcement every time we see someone speeding up the hill or a fight or something like that. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. There's a lot to say, but I'm sure you've seen a lot of our correspondence. Our big concern came when there was the rollover this June. And after that, actually behaviors up there, in my opinion, worsened from then on. So I don't think we're seeing the end of car accidents up there.
Thank you, Laura.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments? Primal Road. Okay, send your comments into BCC or is this a voice thing? Okay, bcc@missoulacounty.us. Okay. Is there any other business? We are adjourned.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.